Good morning from Bali, everyone. It's Anika Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy breathing and mindful actions. Today, I wanted to talk about this phrase that is said very commonly here in Bali, and you might be familiar with it if you've heard it in meditation times, or perhaps you use it as a mantra, or maybe it's just words that you're familiar with, and it's the words Om Shanti, 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 Om. And these words, it's interesting that I've known this from Sanskrit language and Hindi too. Shanti means peace, Om is I am. And in Bali, there's a lot of prayers or intention or rituals that include this prayer. So there's a lot of people that are aware of these words. And so again, imagine it's I am peace, 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 I am. And the three levels of peace that are being remembered in this prayer is literally the material realm is the first. So it's everything that we can see, hear, smell, touch, taste. It's everything material. And then that would include our body, of course. And then there is the ethereal sort of realm. It's more of an area of spirituality, so it could include the mind. And it's about our connection with both the living and non-living energies that are around us. So this is the second level of that peace. And then the third level is at the spiritual level. And we could think of this as consciousness or the soul level or spirit in general. And all of these things are so beautiful and certainly lovely to meditate with when we truly understand why we're using the terms. And I found it very interesting that recently I was asking people around because there were a number of people that were looking at me and saying, oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And it was so lovely. And I mean, and it was like it was like a compliment. I could tell that it was being said to me like a compliment. And I thought, oh, how wonderful. If they look at me and they think peace, that's beautiful. So I finally asked a few of the people I know, excuse me, a few of the people that I know, and they said, oh, Shanti means beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, interesting. So we can see that colloquially or commonly, some people might be using this kind of differently. I looked it up online, of course, because everything we can look up through Google, and I saw that, yes, indeed, it does mean peace in terms of Sanskrit, and I actually taught this to the people that I know, that in Sanskrit this means peace, and I do know that a lot of the tradition here and a lot of the lifestyle, a lot of the history is based on Sanskrit teaching. And it was interesting that they didn't know what Shanti meant and that it meant peace in Sanskrit. And then when I looked it up in Bahasa, which is Indonesian, it's Balinese, I looked it up for Indonesian, I looked it up in terms of Bahasa, which is again the languages here in Bali. And both of them said peace, which was so interesting because, again, I'm noticing that colloquially this may be used as a different term, and yet there's such a depth of meaning to Shanti as peace. So today I thought I'd also bring us back to thinking about peace and recognizing who we really are, because when we're understanding who we are, we understand that peace is something that we carry. This is a quotation I wanted to share with you, and it's the only quotation for this video today, but I feel that it's sufficient. It says, I am not this body, I am in this body. And this is part of my incarnation, and I honor it, but that isn't who I am. This is by Ram Dass, and this is certainly the thinking of many spiritual traditions, many religions, which recognize that I am the soul. This is the soul. So when we think of Om Shanti, 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 we're also recognizing that we come through all those areas, but I am that soul at that highest level, which also might be termed Atman. Now, when we think about Shanti, you know, so many people really love the idea of peace. So peace in world events, peace in a family, peace in a workplace. And it's so beautiful to wish for this. yet it is who we are. Now, when I say Om Shanti, and if anyone else is using this, or if you're understanding this video itself, recognize that when that is who we are, our nature is Shanti, the soul's nature is Shanti, and it brings Shanti both to the human form it's coming through and to the world around. Yet, if I'm not aware of this, where do I want my Shanti from? From the people around or the things around. I see people who are working very, very hard, and they can sit with their family and say, oh, it's just always so noisy around me. There's always so much noise that I just can't get peace. Like, I don't even have a room in my house that I can sit and meditate. I can't get the peace. I need that peace around me. Sometimes there's arguments, so whether in workplaces or whether there's in the home again, and sometimes on the road with road rage, and we say, oh wow, if this person could just drive this way, I'd be peaceful, or if this person could just speak this way, I would be peaceful. No, I am peaceful. I am peace. And if you recognize that this is who you are, I am peace, and this is Om Shanti. If we can remember this, we can bring it through from that soul energy to the spiritual realm, to the human form and material realm. And that means that every action that I do can have Shanti in it. It can come from the purest of my heart, of a true intention to give lovingly, kindly, generously, without an intention of what am I going to get for that, for whatever I choose to do, whether it's a thought I think, whether it's a word I say, whether it's an action I take. And this is something we've all got within our hands. It's time today to start recognizing that we carry this, and unless we walk into any environment, even our own space, we don't notice this. Now, the reason I mentioned this quotation by Ram Dass is because when we recognize that I am not the body and I'm not the mind, but I am part of this incarnation, but it isn't who I am. Remember that at night, when we go to sleep, we let go of everything that we think we are. My job, my title, my family, my relationships, my anything, my home, my country, my religion, everything in deep sleep. We're not holding on to any of it. Yet today, there's a lot of concern with peaceful sleep, and a lot of people are having more restless sleep or shorter hours of sleep. And sometimes we can even see the other direction. People are sleeping for a lot more hours, but it's not a restful sleep. It's not a deep sleep. It's a sleep that's disturbed very easily. It's a sleep that wakes up frequently. It's a sleep that is thinking about the next thing to do. So it's a sleep that's very active, and that's not a deep sleep. So in this, if I can remind you that this idea of this mental restlessness often comes with an attachment to that which we are not. So whether I am attached to the work that I do, I am attached to the relationship I have, I am attached to my beliefs, I am attached to my home, anything, if I am attached, it doesn't let the mind relax and peacefully be who we really are. Today, I hope that you will remember that you are peace, I am peace, and I hope you remember that unless we actually train ourselves and remember this aspect about ourselves and who we really are, it is easily forgotten in egoic spaces and in busy minds and without conscious awareness of it. Today, I'd love for you to be consciously aware of this. Perhaps say the words, I am peace. You don't have to say Om Shanti. You could say, I am peace. Are you? Because in each moment, can you bring peace both to yourself and to your surroundings? I am peace. You are that, and I hope you remember today and practice every day and remind yourself that this is the space that you are in, this is what you carry, and you do not need to receive it from anyone else. So even when you're saying that, oh, I wish my family members could just be quiet for just a little while so I could have some peace, you carry it. Whether it's a busy environment around you or whether it's peaceful, your peace that you truly have is right within you. I hope you tap into that today and every day. I wish you a fantastic day ahead, and I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Om Shanti, 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 Om.